Good morning, Alex Giles here on WBTV News Now. Chief Meteorologist Al Conklin.
Good morning.
It's certainly been a busy week for the First Alert weather team. And today is one day in between some strong storms.
Yeah, of course, Tuesday, we had all the rain, the severe weather. Yesterday, kind of a breezy, cool day. Today will be a nice day, Alex. We're starting off cold this morning,
Right.
But we're going to have a break from all the rain. It's going to last all of one day. Now, tomorrow, rain comes back in, but it's not quite the same system that we had on Tuesday. But there are some things that have us concerned about at least the possibility of severe weather. So we'll walk everybody through this here as we go through the next few minutes.
All right.
Glad you're with us. All right, first off, hey, man, what a start to the day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, sun coming on up. Charlotte about 30 degrees here at daybreak this morning. Most of the outlying areas were in the 20s. I had to scrape a little bit of frost this morning.
I did as well.
Yeah, if you parked outdoors, you had to do a little bit of that. So that's the deal here. But again, we're going to have a lot of sunshine for today all across the region. Even in the mountains, I expect the temperatures today are going to get into the mid-40s. That's a big deal up there considering, they've had ice and snow and a lot of the schools have been sort of delayed or closed. Foothills, if you're in Hickory, Lenore, Morganton area, Shelby, probably about 56, 57, 58, Charlotte, and about 60 down around Wadesboro, Rockingham. So these are pretty nice numbers. It's not as windy as yesterday, mostly sunny skies. That's because of this big area high pressure just dominating. Now we turn our attention out to the west. But the timestamp on this, Alex, what is it? 7 o'clock Friday morning, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see any rain over us.
Nope,
so,
in the clear there.
Yeah, right. So you and I and Mary and I, we're going to be on the morning news tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this First Alert weather day, but we'll be dry. Unlike what we had to deal with Tuesday when we had rain right from the get-go, this is a little slower, different system in terms of the timing for us. Now, this will head north. And look at all the snow for the Great Lakes and New York, New England. We'll dry out here nicely for the weekend, but we are going to have to deal with some more rain. So here's the timing. This is what everybody wants to know. I think, as I said, we're starting dry tomorrow morning. There may be some fog. There may be a little bit of frost around, but I don't think you have wet roads for the kids going out the door for school or you're going out to work. Yeah, it is. It is good. Now, in the afternoon, we do start to see the showers pick up. And then as we go into the evening, it becomes a little more serious. This is when we think the strongest wind gusts will likely be had and experienced, and also our highest severe weather threat. So the difference here is, like, remember Tuesday, we were dealing with these tornado warnings at, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not going to be the case this time.
It's going to be a little bit later.
It's going to be a little bit later, but this also kind of goes into your Friday evening plans, right?
Right.
You got folks, hey, you know what, we're coming home from work, let's go out, we want to have a drink, whatever we want to go, get something to eat. Just be mindful that that's kind of the time frame, 5, 6, 7 o'clock that we're most concerned about for the possibility of severe weather. One thing you'll notice on our Futurecast, it's not nearly as long a duration of rain.
Earlier this week, it was like the entire day was covered with green.
That's right. We started with rain pre-dawn, and it didn't end until, the sun went down. This, we're going to start dry, and that rain will be out of here by 10, 11 o'clock in the evening. But the problem is, as this front rolls through, there is the possibility that we can get into more severe weather. Everywhere outside of the mountains, there's a risk for thunderstorms.
Okay.
The farther south and east you go, that risk gets a little bit greater. The coverage gets a little bit greater. The number of storms gets a little bit greater. The intensity may get a little bit greater. So essentially from about I-85 south and eastward, I think you got to be concerned that some of these are going to be quite strong yet again. So rainfall up to 1 inch. That's a lot of rain, but it's not what we had on Tuesday when we had 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain.
Right.
I think most of us are going to wind up with a 0.5 to 1 inch of rain out of this. The wind gust's not quite as strong. I think we can get winds 30, 40 miles per hour. That's enough. You and I talked about this on the news this morning. You put all your lawn furniture up, right, early in the week?
And still didn't take it back out, just left it in there.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Got the flag down, left the flag out, because this is what's going to happen. The winds are going to pick back up as this front rolls in, and then there's that risk for severe weather as well. So the all clear will come as we go into Friday night and Saturday.
Okay.
Download the free WBTV weather app, especially if you're going to be out on your Friday evening. You're going to want to stay on top of the situation with what's happening with the weather. Have that interactive radar. If we get any watches, warnings, advisories, it'll be right there at your fingertips. Now, once we get into the weekend, and I'll show you the 7-day forecast here in just a moment, everything's going to quiet down. Next week, I don't see any major storms coming our way. You know what I do see, though? Cold air. Yeah, your favorite, right?
I know. Come on, Chief.
You should see his face right now. Alex is not too happy about this.
It is January, though.
It is January, right? You got to expect it.
Right.
Now, everybody asks, particularly on social media, hey, come on, Conklin, when are we going to get a snowstorm? We haven't had snow for a couple of years now. You're right. I get it. I love it. I want to see some snow. But here's the deal. We can get plenty of cold air.
Right.
But if we don't have moisture, we're not going to get any snow. And if we don't have the cold air and we have moisture, we're going to get rain. That's what we've had the last. So if you want both of those, you've got to have both of them together. You've got to have the cold air and moisture at the same time to create a snowstorm. Right now, I don't see any indications of any major snowstorms coming our way anytime soon, because I think next week is a lot quieter as a huge area of high pressure just builds in from the Arctic. And, that means temperatures are going below average. The only place that'll be warmer than average is like California and Arizona. Everywhere else east of the Rockies is going to be below normal. And so our numbers today, 57, as I mentioned, pretty nice day. Tonight, upper 20s to lower 30s. So there could be some frost and some fog around. 100% chance of rain tomorrow, but it's not going to rain the entire day. As I mentioned, this is really the back end of the day into the evening. Then sunshine, breezy, chilly Saturday. Sunday looks good, 52. Again, that's kind of cool. Look at the nighttime lows. Monday is MLK Day.
Yep.
We may get a shower. The parade's Saturday, though, in Charlotte, and that looks
Yes.
fine. But then we could get a spotty shower or two on Tuesday as a secondary front comes in. And look at the numbers behind that.
Woo!
Yeah.
There's your dip.
There's your dip, right? And tomorrow we'll have a 10-day forecast, so we'll go out to next weekend as well. But I can tell you, it looks like temperatures overnight are going to be in the teens and 20s next week. Yeah, and highs mostly in the 40s.
And that is rough news for us who get up in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah, you're not kidding, right? I mean, I passed this guy in the parking lot. He's got his parka on all the time, right? We're running from the parking lot to get in here. But you're right. And what this will mean is that you're at your home, the heating is going to be on a lot more. So budget for that. You're going to need the heat a lot more next week than you have this week. And tomorrow, as we've mentioned, first alert weather day. That time frame, though, mostly dry morning, scattered showers afternoon, and then thunderstorms late afternoon into the evening with a risk for severe weather. So I will be here tomorrow, along with Rachel and Alicia. We're going to walk you through this. So any watches, warnings, updates come in, we're going to cover those for you, and we'll roll, and let you know what you can expect. Again, once we get through tomorrow evening, I think the weekend settles down, cools down, but settles down. A lot of sunshine, very low rain chances. You want to get outdoors, you should be good to go. I'm sure Jordy's got something for you to do, right? You got to have some plans to be outdoors and play a little bit.
When there's a toddler, you can end up outside at any hour of the day. And that's
right.
when you're really, really hoping it's a nice day.
That's right. That's right. Today will be one of those days. It'll be a nice one. Highs in the mid to upper 50s, so enjoy it. Sunshine, less wind. Cold this morning, but pretty nice this afternoon.
You mentioned Saturday, the big MLK parade. I know WBTV will have representation out there. I'm hoping to get out there. Are we looking at sunshine for parade time? Or
I
are we
do
going to
think
have to
so, yeah.
get rid of some clouds or anything like
let's
that?
go back to the 7-day forecast real quick. Yeah, I think we're fine. I really do. It's going to be a sunny day. Now, there will be a chilly breeze. So whether you're participating in the parade or watching the parade, understand we're going to start in the upper 30s to about 40 in the morning.
Okay.
And correct me, I think this steps off at 9:30.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, it's 9:30. You get a channeling effect in the tall towers downtown, in Center City, Charlotte. So there will definitely be a breeze. You're going to want to bundle up. We'll be in the 40s for most of the day Saturday, including parade time. And then that night, it's into the 20s. Sunday, 52. Monday, again, mostly dry. But you'll notice the numbers. They're not going above average. The next 2 days will be the warmest, today and tomorrow. And then the next week to 10 days will be below average here.
Well, at least after Tuesday and what we're going to have tomorrow evening, it seems like at least the weekend will be a nice break from the precipitation.
I think so, yeah. We'll have an opportunity to dry out. Now, of course, we know a lot of folks are still in cleanup mode here after the storms we had on Tuesday. They're dealing with insurance, and they're dealing with mud. And, if your house flooded, we've got a lot of trees that are still down. Still had a lot of power outages yesterday. So today and tomorrow are still days where people are trying to recover. You can do that tomorrow during the morning hours. It'll be dry. You won't be able to do that tomorrow afternoon or evening. Rain's coming back into the picture. It just won't be as heavy as Tuesday.
There's your warning. Chief Meteorologist Al Conklin and the
All right,
First Alert
buddy.
Weather Team. Thank you guys for all the work you've done this week.
Oh, man, absolutely. This is what we do for a living here. So, our job is to keep you safe and keep you ahead of the storm. So download that free WBTV weather app. That way, if you are away, we get it. Life goes on. You're going to go out. It's Friday evening, right? You will have that right there at your fingertips. Interactive radar, real-time lightning data, and of course, any watches, warnings, they pop up. Your notifications tells you right then and there, hey, severe thunderstorm warning, Mecklenburg County, tornado, watch, Union County. It'll all be there.
We talk about it all the time, but it really is useful, especially that live radar feature. I think if you're going out on a Friday night and you're like, it might rain, check the radar.
20 years ago, we couldn't do that, right? We'd go, I wonder what the radar looks like. Now, pull it out of your pocket. There's your phone. Hey, you can see that radar. Oh, there's the rain. I see it. Let's go down to the neighborhood. It's coming right towards me. We have Futurecast on there. It's a great tool to have.
Al, thank you, sir.
Buddy. All right, man.
Have a great weekend.